Hello, I want to talk about what I eat in a day as a fat person, quote unquote. Now, when I see a lot of these videos, I see myself in a lot of those videos. I used to be a compulsive overeater. And the reason why I was like that is because of childhood abuse, uh, what post traumatic stress syndrome, whatever. I suffered a lot of childhood abuse. And so I ate to negate those feelings. And if I'm under stress, I ate. And I didn't really get a hold up until I was 27 and discovered that and I remember I was a child, I was a victim of child abuse. So that was the beginning of my journey to start to get myself under control. Now, over the years, what I have done, I say, okay, I'm stressed out. I'm not going to go to the refrigerator and get a brownie. What I'm going to do is just exercise or write something or look at my paperwork or do something like that. That's what I decided to do. And and let me tell you something about child abuse. It's a lifetime healing process. I'm still going through it. I'm still going memory by memory. But the positive thing is that I don't eat to mask or cloud the memory of child abuse. I have studied health and nutrition for the last 30 years on my own time. Um, I've read the diet books. I've read the exercise books. So at this, there was a point where I was doing everything right. I was walking 2.5 miles a day. But even at that, my blood pressure was up, my sugar was up. Why? Because I was still eating the wrong food. Um, my sugar level was up because I thought by eating granola bars, I was doing myself a favor. But I wasn't. Granola bars have corn syrup and sugar in them. So therefore, my sugar levels went up. My blood pressure was up because at that time I used to eat a lot of corn chips. They're just real good. So, needless to say, my blood pressure was up because they are salty. Um, Also, I have always eaten sardines and tuna sandwiches and tuna salad and things like that, and that was keeping my cholesterol levels up. And because I didn't know fish had any cholesterol, I did not know that, but it does. So I don't even get to eat sardines anymore. I don't get to eat fish anymore, okay, because it has the cholesterol in it. Also, I ate pecans. I didn't know pecans are oily. They have some kind of oil in them. So I guess you can eat pecans, but you have to do it sparingly. I was eating pecans, and guess what? My cholesterol level was up. See, anything that's oily in your system, those instruments interpret that as cholesterol. So I ate some pecans, and pecans are oily, and so the chemicals detected. They said, okay, your cholesterol was up. So I guess if you do eat pecans, you should do it sparingly. So what I see among those people is, first of all, they don't know nothing about food and nutrition. Now, like I said, it's taken me 30 years to um, really get a good diet because I studied health and nutrition for 30 years. Some of the books said I can eat steak, but I don't eat steak. Sometimes you can. I don't eat steak. Why? Because cholesterol issue. Okay. Uh, what I do is I eat the food of my ancestors. Okay, from 500 years back, my ancestors ate what soups and stews. That soups and stew is a biblical food. Um, so I do eat bread, but I eat it sparingly. But soups and stews are that's what my ancestors ate. Lentil stew, soup. They still eat. You know what? Look, if you look at the Africans, they ate soups and stews and whatever, and they're the same size. Whether they have 7 or 8 children, they're the same size. So that's what I eat. And even now, Africans eat a lot of soups and stews. All that fufu and stuff like that is a stew. So what I try to do is eat the food of my ancestors, and that works fine for me. But what I see, no, I do not eat a raspberry croissant. I don't eat that. Uh, that's not the food of my ancestors. The food of my ancestors is not a strawberry parfait. That's not the food of my ancestors. I try to eat the food of my ancestors. Fruit. I drink a lot of smoothies. So that's how I do that. But I think a lot of people on these videos, what I eat in a day as a fat person, they are troubled people. I can relate because I was one of those troubled people. I was troubled because of the abuse and bad relationships, etc. See, look, how do you combat bad relationships? Well, you know what? You can tell a lot about a person in the first 5 minutes that you meet them. So I try to keep, if I don't like people in the first 2 to 3 minutes, bye. I don't want to see you again. I try to keep negative people out of my life. I try to keep negative situations out of my life. That's what I do now. Okay. And so that's what I urge you to do. Try to keep negative people out of your life. They are troubled people. Because, like I said, I'm looking at myself. When I see them, I'm looking at myself really. And I was in that too. Okay. They want to make something out of a bad situation. Okay. It cannot be a good situation if you're looking at your stomach like this. Your stomach is 4 to 5 inches over your chest. That cannot be a good situation. It's not a good situation if you have so much trouble going from one step to another. But I can see they trying to make a good thing out of this bad situation. They say, I'm not trying to lose weight, etc., etc. But the difference between them and me is that they enjoy food. I did not enjoy food. I just ate it. But they seem to enjoy food. They enjoy the raspberry croissants. They enjoy the lattes. They enjoy, the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, and so on. That's the difference between them and me. I did not enjoy food. I just ate it without thinking, why am I eating this food in the first place? But I don't think that they have come to grips with why they are overeaters. I remember watching the 500-pound life, 600-pound life. I've also seen those, the video clips of fat people in England and so on. And 30% of them, 35% of them have gone through some type of child abuse. Okay. And I think a lot of these people who make these videos, they have not really resolved the issue of probably possible child abuse in their life. I see troubled people. I see hurt people. That's the way I see it because I know I used to be them. Um, for example, as a man thinketh, so is he. I thought of myself as fat, so I became fat. Because when I was young, people used to say I was fat. I was not fat, okay? Because I just had a different body type. There was never any food in the house, so I could not have been fat. And I was always riding my bike and climbing trees. So with that kind of activity, I could not have been fat. I climbed a tree just about every day. I rode a bike just about every day. So there's no way I could have been fat with all that activity. I was always outside. I was an outside child. I love the outdoors. So there's no way I could have been fat with all that activity. But people told me I was fat, so I believed them. So as a man thinketh, so is he. So I thought I was fat, so I became fat. I remember one girl told me, she called me a fat name. Okay. And so now she looks like, she was cursing me, but she really cursed herself because now she looks like a building. That's how big she is. A building with gray hair. Okay. And as I went into my adult years, since I did have some money in my adult years, I did try different types of food like spoon bread, etc., etc. I tried it, see what it tastes like. But what I see is a lot of hurt people. That's what I see. And I just hope they get in touch with why they are overeating in the first place. I have boundaries with food. I don't eat pizza. I admit I ate it when I was young. When I first got married, I ate it. I made my husband a pizza. I admit I ate it. I made a homemade pizza. Sometimes I bought it, but a lot of times I ate it. I made one homemade. I made lasagna, all of that. Um, I did all that when I was young. Okay, when I was younger and newly married. Um, but do I make it now? No, I don't make it now. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to make it now. Um, so I would say that all these people need to study nutrition to see what food is best for their body. I do have parameters with food. There's certain foods I don't eat. Uh, that's all there is to. It's certain foods that gives me an allergic reaction, so I don't eat it. Um, so I would suggest that they get on the walking program, an exercise program, and then come face to face with why they are eating like that. Why are they compulsive overeaters? That's what and I submit to you that probably 35% of them have had some type of childhood trauma. Come face to face with that. And I hope they do all modify the type of food they eat. But like I said, I did not enjoy food. I just ate it. But they enjoy food. They pick and choose what type of food they eat and all this sandwiches and stuff and Parisian donuts. They pick and choose. See, there's a problem when the food goes from your mouth through your esophagus to your stomach. That's the problem. If I could just taste the food and then and spit it out, I would be good. But these that'd be a waste of food though. But look, so that's the problem is when we swallow the food. But I do hope they all of them get some kind of therapy so they can come face to face as to why they are eating like that. Have a nice day.